right. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. And just give me a second. I was having some crazy technical issues, man. Crazy technical issues. I was going to go live. Some real big difficulties with my desktop, so I had to jump on my laptop. Really upsetting. Try not to get frustrated and just say, let's just do it tomorrow. All right. Okay. All right. So those of you who are on here, if the audio and video is fine, hit 1. If the audio and video is fine, hit 1. Hit 1 if the audio and video is fine. Let me know. All right. Let me go ahead and all right. Oh shit. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right. So yeah, I see some 1s. All right. So if the audio and video is fine, y'all hitting 1. That's a good sign. All right. Let me get started in a second. Give you a rundown on what is going on right now. Because this was really frustrating. So I apologize to y'all for the delay. I even tried sending an update and it just update in the chat. My desktop and jump over to my laptop, which is not my preference, but I mean, I had to get it working for y'all. So just give me a second. I'm just getting the word out. If y'all are tuning in now and everything's good, make sure you take this link, share it, get the word out, hit that thumbs up button. All right, hit that thumbs up button. All right, just give me a second. Yeah, the video looks like it's twitching in and out. Again, I'm gonna make some adjustments. I plan to go live a couple times next week. Now that I'm settled, I'll go with that guys in a moment. But it looks like there is some issues with throughput, not bandwidth, but throughput, especially with my upload speed as well. It's going to be some dropouts also, which I'm not happy with. But nonetheless, I'm gonna try to get this show on the road for y'all. All right. So let me know if anytime, you see any difficulties, hit 2. If you see any difficulties, like if you see, what I'm saying, pixelization, or if you see it breaking up, or audio video sync issues, let me know. Like I said, I'm working diligently to make sure that you guys have the most optimal picture and sound quality when I go live. And again, things should be better going forward. I guess this is the first time I'm going live, but in a while, but I'll update y'all on it in a minute. Let me just finish getting the word out. I'm almost done, and then we can get started. Okay, we can get started. Okay, let's see. All right, again, if at any time the quality diminishes, hit 2. Hit 2, let me know. And I'll try to make some on-the-fly adjustments so that way it gets better. All right, but just hit 2, let me know. If everything is still good now, hit 1. Let's see. Okay. Almost done, family. Give me a second. All right. All right. Reckless. No, I'm not hardwired at the moment. This is off of Wi-Fi. Typically, maybe about 3 weeks ago when I went live, I was still at my old location and I was hardwired to my router, my Netgear Nighthawk router, which was excellent. But I'm working on upgrading to Wi-Fi 6 router as well as wireless receiver videos on both my laptop and desktop. So I'm working on that and also have a new provider. So just so you guys have a heads up, those of you watching, again, family, thank you for tuning in. Let me know if there's any issues. Let me know. Also, you guys remember the mobile issue that we had? That was ridiculous. That was really crazy, really crazy. That was really crazy. You know what I'm saying? That caused you to speculate and say, yo, what really happened? You know what I'm saying? If some of y'all out there have been affected, comment in the chat, let me know. I know that set me back because that same day I was moving, right? So about around May 30th, I had moved out of my previous place, and me and my family was staying in a hotel for about 2 weeks until this house got ready that I'm in right now. And that's why my live was, you see the background was different past 2 weeks. And then previous to that, you seen what my background was. I had a nice big open space at my previous residence, but it was a shared area. Now it's different. So now I got a more personal space, right? As you can see behind me, the background's different. You typically don't see a window there, but that's because I'm in a different space right now. Okay, so what I'm currently doing now that I have relocated is setting up a real studio here. So that way I can do recordings, professional recordings for you guys, 15, 30-minute videos, maybe even an hour videos here and there, along with my live streams, and be able to have all the tools that I need to put more content on this channel, for more edification, inspiration, motivation, etc. Being that we moved here on Monday, I still been unpacking. I transitioned from having Google Fiber, which was symmetrical, internet, which means I had a gig up, gig down as upload and download speeds. Now with Comcast, I got a gig down, but my upload speed is only 35 megabytes per second max. If you're wired, that's the guaranteed speed. But being that I'm wireless, there's going to be some dropouts between where I'm at now and my modem, which has a wireless and radio in it. Typically don't use, right? Because the reliability of that is not up to par to my standards. So I'm going to have to work on that ASAP. I didn't get a chance to really do any testing, anything like that, because I've been unpacking. I mean, this whole week been unpacking, still have more stuff to unpack. But guaranteed, the next time I go live, everything will be tested. I'll make some adjustments, make some purchases if I have to, because I want to make sure that I continue to start on time for you guys, which I should be now that I got a new space, and be able to give you guys a better quality, right? So, you know, a couple people were asking, you know, Divine, what happened to you because you guys didn't see me last Friday? It's because it was just too much going on prepping for the move, and I couldn't go live, right? I just didn't have enough sleep, and it was just a lot, you know what I'm saying? So when we moved into this house, I said, look, when I get here, I'm gonna set up shop, get everything together, so that way when I go live for y'all, you know, I'll be able to do so on time. I'll also be able to upload some better videos and be able to actually put this space together, so it can be a studio, right? So when people found out, people said, oh man, you know, it's great to hear that you're moving, you're gonna have a different spot, etc. Some people offered to send gifts, you know what I'm saying, towards, you know, me setting up a new studio or just some housewarming donations. So if you guys want to give, it's up to you. You know, the Cash App is $DivineProspect. So if anybody wants to contribute towards you know, my new studio setup, or if you contribute towards a housewarming gift, you guys can set it through Cash App or PayPal, which is www.paypal.me/purpose to serve. All of those details are in the description below. Okay. If you guys feel the need to do so, if you want to, but I just want to give you guys an update so you guys know what's going on, so you guys can be aware, right? Like being transparent with you guys, being open with you guys, so you guys know what's going down. And, you know, that way you guys can bear with me when there's technical issues and stuff like this going on. All right. So again, continue to let me know, make sure that this quality is good. If the quality drops off, hit 2 and let me know in the chat. And I'll go ahead and make some adjustments so that way we can get back up to par. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get started. So now that you guys know that I have relocated, I'm setting up a studio, getting everything together in my spot right here. It's really intense hotel for 2 weeks, and then having to move and unpack, right? So, you know, didn't get a chance to test this. So again, I apologize to you guys for that, but we're gonna work all those kinks out. We're gonna work all the kinks out, all right? So you guys, now we get started, right? Before we get into that, I want to thank everybody that has continuously contributed to the ministry, whether you've done it through Super Chat on YouTube, whether you do it through our Patreon, whether you're doing it by patronizing our merchandise items that we have. You guys know that we have the tapes, we have T-shirts, all right? And also the GoFundMe. We're still trying to meet our goal for the GoFundMe so we can close that off. There's 2 families that are in need of assistance. And I thank you guys for continuously donating to that, because it means a lot. And it helps us to be able to get the word out so that other people can donate, so that way we can help families that are in need. All right, so just so you guys know, you see on the screen, this is it right here, the COVID-19 quarantine support for civilian survivors. All right, again, we raised $10,728. All right, our goal is $20,000. So we are a little over 50% of our goal being accomplished. So I want to thank all of you guys for donating, for sharing the link. We have 615 shares, 110 donors, and 112 people are following it, right? So this means a lot to me. That means a lot to the families that we're helping. Again, if anybody out there needs any kind of assistance, you guys can email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. That's kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. So if you need any financial assistance or any assistance in general, because of the COVID-19 situation that is still affecting a lot of cities and states. You know, a lot of states and cities have attempted to open or reopen. And so far, there's been some success, but now they're saying that a second wave of coronavirus is hitting because of the protesting that's going on with people in closer proximity to each other, as well as the openings that are happening of the states. So now they're kind of like in the limbo. They're not sure what's going on, but there's still some people who have not even gotten their first stimulus check. There's some people who are having issues transitioning with their unemployment, right? Some people who are not eligible at all. So, you know, we take it upon ourselves as a ministry to look out for those in need, because that's what Torah culture teaches us to do. All right, look after the oppressed, the widows, the fatherless, the poor, and be able to speak up for them, supply their needs, and make sure that they're taken care of in the community, right? So when I get on here, I work as a collective with you guys. We work together to accomplish whatever goal or assignment is before us, so we can make a dent in a lot of these societal ills that's there in this community that we are living in, and be able to enact change for the betterment of those who are looking for more than what they're encountering, right? It's our job to be that light. The lamp cannot be hid under a bed. It has to be taken out, and it has to be placed at the highest point so that it can be seen by all. And that's what we need to do. We need to be at the forefront when people are in need. When there's a crisis, they should be looking towards Israelites. Are people looking to you when things go awry? Are they looking to you when things go awry, right? Or are they looking somewhere else? Are they looking, towards the state or the county or the city, organizations and non-for-profits? Are they coming to us? And that's the thing. We have to be the safe haven for our community, because that's the best way to wake them up, right? Is when they know that when something happens, those Israelites are the ones that take care of business, right? They should come to us first, right? So y'all saying that it's freezing up. Okay, so you know what? Give me a second. Let me relocate. Give me a second. Let me relocate. Hold on one second. All right, so if that's better, hit one. If that's better, hit one. Let me know if that's better, hit one. Also hit that thumbs up button, family. Hit that thumbs up button. So I just relocated. Hopefully this is better. Y'all let me know. All right, hit one if this is better, hit one if this is better. All right. So like I said, we have an obligation to take care of our community. Okay, and everybody else should be looking towards us for a solution. You feel me? And that way we can make a real impact. Okay. So again, if you guys want to donate to this particular cause right here, you guys can. If you guys need any assistance, just email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and we'll do our best to assist you. Okay. So that's up right there, family, and you guys can take advantage of that. Also, as you guys know, let me actually hold on. Let me make some adjustments. Okay. I like that better. Okay. Just so you guys know, as well, we have our Patreon, which is still going strong. And again, I thank everybody for their donations in regards to that. All right, let me drop that on the screen real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. All right. So you can go to our Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. I appreciate everybody who signed up for our Patreon, everybody who is financially supporting the ministry and pledging to the Patreon. As you know, on our Patreon, I mean, we get busy on our Patreon. We don't play no games. We got all exclusives on there, early access, giveaways, books, articles, everything, you name it, it's on there. I like to share my wealth of information that I have accumulated, whether it's books or articles or whatever the case may be, give it to you guys. Patreon, you guys get, the first news, breaking news as it pertains to me or the ministry, etc. As you can see from looking down on here, our latest book suggestions is Dictionary of Deities and Demons in the Bible. Okay. Also, we had a Torah reading for the Sabbath. I also shared this on YouTube during the community tab. But I want to make sure that Patreon was up to date on that as well. And as you can see here, we have the Patreon. Patrons will get early access to Vote or Note. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. All right. Patreon patrons will get early access to Vote or Note, the reality of the voting experience by DivineProspect when released. So that video that you see right there, the promo is up on both Patreon and YouTube. It is an hour-long video that I shot professionally and was trying to investigate the voting experience as of late for us here. There was one on June 9th that occurred, which was, I think June 9th was last Tuesday. So last Tuesday, I went out. I got one of my Israelite videographers, and we went and shot this video in 2 different neighborhoods in the county. All right, we went to North Fulton County, which is a predominantly white neighborhood, and South Fulton County, which is predominantly black neighborhood, and was boots to the ground trying to figure out what's going on in regards to this voting situation. There was a lot of issues that happened in DeKalb and Fulton, in mostly black neighborhoods and in the city, right? But in these, greater Atlanta areas of the city, there was no issues, right? So we went in, we investigated, saw what the issues was, learned what the voting process was. And then what I do is that I teach you guys how to do what's called tactical voting. Right. And a lot of people will say, oh, voting doesn't make a difference. And that's because you don't know how to do it right. And that's the problem. Voting is not simply just, oh, let me just go on this line and just cast a ballot for some random person that is in alignment with my political party and just vote for them. That's not how it works, right? There's tons of tactics that can be utilized, that other ethnic groups utilize, that our people do not utilize. And this is why our voice is not heard when we vote. So in this actual video, when I release it, I give you all the inside trade secrets on how to be more effective with your vote. There's so many things you could do. You could put people in office, take people out of office. You can, as a voter. You can add initiatives on a ballot if you want for people to vote on it. You can request a financial disclosure of the campaigns of politicians to see who's funding them, and that will let you know whether or not you want to support them. You can set up your own voting block, BLOC, where you vote collectively as a group or community for a particular politician. You guys can also press a politician by setting up a town hall meeting and force them to come there to answer your critical questions before they get your vote. There's so much that we can do. In this actual video, I'll break down a lot of the terms in regards to voting that people maybe have never heard of and not familiar, and as well as the tactics and how to utilize it, because again, it works if you know how to do it. And I wanted to inform our community on how to get it done. So this video will be out next week on Patreon, and there was another video that I shot today that will be out on Patreon next week. All right. So Patreon, you guys get the early access. You get exclusive content. Also, now that I'm set up my studio, I'm going to be having a lot of 30-minute videos on a lot of inquiries and questions that y'all ask me in the Q&As on here. And with that, what I'm going to do is upload those into Patreon exclusives, but I will also share some on YouTube as well. If you're not part of Patreon, that's fine. I'll have some on YouTube, but more exclusives will be there on Patreon. Okay. So again, it's www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. The description is in the description. The link is there below. You guys can just click on it. It'll take you right there. And if you have any questions, concerns in regards to our Patreon, you can always inbox us on there. We have a much quicker turnaround on there than we do on other pieces of social media. And you guys can just enjoy everything that we have there. You know what I'm saying? If you look here, it's 25 videos, 1 poll, 2 links, and 102 images. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of exclusive stuff going on. We have more giveaways that's coming up soon. So you can either get your bill paid, we can just give away money if we meet another milestone. There's so many things that we're doing on Patreon. I would love for you guys to join. And if we get 3 to 4 more Patreons tonight while we are live, we're going to give away another Amazon gift card. All right, y'all know how this goes down. You know, when I announce that we have made 3 or 4 new Patreons, or you can edit your current pledge as well, I will let you guys know that we hit that milestone and that I will be offering this gift card for free just for you guys tuning in and for the patronage of those who are watching, who are either helping themselves or others win this gift card. So you have another opportunity to win this gift card. All you got to do is sign up for Patreon, share with other people so they can sign up for Patreon, and so on and so forth. All right. So again, appreciate you guys for your current support and for doing what you're doing. I appreciate that. So I haven't looked at the chat to see who's there. Shout out to Yahweh Stop, Son of Light, said tons of excellent information. I'm glad to be part of the Patreon. Thank you so much, my brother, for your sacrifice and your investment in our ministry. And that's what we're doing. We want to give back, and we give you a whole bunch of free stuff that'll help you build, your knowledge in this walk, and as well as exclusive stuff on the things that we're doing in regards to this ministry, right? Shout out to my brother Yarden in the building. DJ, what's going on? My brother Reckless Animosity in the building. O'Shea White, what's going on? My brother James, aka Get Wise. Melissa Irby, Cheryl in the building. Ara, Dar Yawesh, Yashakar, Deborah Newsome, Sierra Bizzo, Sandra Creary, Almighty Hebrew Israelite, Yahawashai, Donnell Jones, Coach Vaughn Parker in the building. Let me see who else we got in here. My brother Rodney Frederick here. My sister Noelia, ITC James. Let's see who else. Sensei David Pitts. What's going on? Taki Cochran. What's going on? 6 ABC 1908. Cool Story Bro in the building. Phyllis Way and more. Olajuwon Goat Center. What's going on? Austin, Texas. Secret Things. Clarence Walsh. Black Gems in the building. Let's see who else we got in here. Stacks 2296, Jamali Lewis, Minister Maccabi, Sharon Hammonds, Truth Seeker in the building. Sydney Woods, what's going on, my brother? Sean McGee, what's up? Gartrell McKinney, Sharon Hammonds, what's going on? Scott Garrett Headley, Consuelo F, 617, let's get it in the building. Let's see who else we got in here. Darak Yasharal. Let me see. Stephen Mikhail Key, Jetson Silencio, 1876, Benjamin Israel, and the Black Carib. What's going on, family? What's going on? Thank you for joining in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you guys share this video. All right. Shout out to In Search of Yah and Truth Seeker also in the building. I appreciate y'all. All right, so family, let's move forward. All right, so again, thank you guys who already donated to our GoFundMe. Thank you to y'all who have signed up for our Patreon. If you're not part of Patreon, you need to sign up because we got 2 new exclusive videos that will go up next week. You guys will have early access for several days before it becomes live on YouTube. All right, and as well, we do our daily dose, weekly dose of books. We put several books up there that you have to pay hundreds of dollars for on Amazon. We allow you guys the access for it for free. We give you exclusive articles, academic articles, and well, we have the giveaways. We have the also exclusive content and videos coming up. I mean, you cannot go wrong with getting Patreon. You just can't. And those of you who want to see constant content from this channel, you will in the future. But then if you're not signed up for Patreon, you're going to be missing on that as well. And every time we go live and you guys sign up for Patreon, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many people do it or edit pledges, this will be released. You will unlock an Amazon gift card. It's like one of those power-ups in a video game. After you get to a particular level, you get a power-up. This is your Super Mario power-up right here. All right, somebody's going to win this gift card, right? It's a good amount of money on there that somebody's going to win tonight if we get 3 or 4 more Patreons, new Patreons signed up with edited pledges. All right, so I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my brother Andre Bell, R. Thompson, what's going on? Chemo Ben Israel, K. Israel said calendar is great. Ron Issa, what's going on? Christian Mayfield, what's up, my brother? So the calendar, all right. So as you guys know, we just released the KHM Pre-Exilic Israelite Sasal Metallurgical Calendar, all right? 2020 edition. That was released last week to much critical acclaim. People will love the calendar. If you guys don't have that calendar, I don't know what to say. I mean, you're missing out on something that is historic, right? Because in our community, there has been nothing like this. And the way that this calendar is set up, I haven't seen anybody in our community create a calendar like this, okay? The way that time is reckoned in it, which is awesome. You have the priestly reckoning that's overlaid onto the civil Gregorian calendar. And then we have different iconography on there that's linked to a legend. And then we have the scriptures to help to explain the various things that you see, events that you see on the calendar. We have a dope cover and we have 8 illustrations to go along with it, which is beautiful. I mean, so many people have hit me up for that calendar. If you don't have that calendar, you need to get that calendar. All right. Listen, let me just show you a brief glimpse of the calendar. If you guys seen the cover, you guys should know what the cover looks like. You know, because I've shown it here on YouTube before, it's also on Patreon and on my other social media. All right. So the calendar looks like this. Dynamic. If you look at the cover, this is just the cover. The cover gives you insight to how we break everything down, right? The celestial signs, you have the sun, stars, and moon. The terrestrial signs, you have the crops, the animal migration, and the weather. You know what I'm saying? So you have all of these elements, these 6 elements that we use so we can better pinpoint how to reckon time and calculate it the way it was intended before the Israelites went into captivity after Yah has bestowed it upon them. All right. And as you can see, this is an excellent cover. Like I said, I got a great team now when it comes to doing this, and they really outdid themselves. And next year, it's going to be 10 times better. So this year was really just a pilot year, just to say, okay, look, we were kind of late in releasing this. We finally released it. You say, okay, look, let's give the people a taste of what to expect going forward. And you can actually even get this to be part of history, KHM history, that you actually get a piece of you know, what we attempted to do this year, and as well as keep it as points of references going forward. All right. So if you interested in this, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Again, the link is in the description below. Send us a request. We're asking for a donation of $10 or more. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, if you're a Patreon member, you get access to this for free, right? We send it to you for free. If you're not a Patreon, we're asking for a donation of $10 or more, so we could put that in a pot to go towards more community initiatives. All right, which you will see. People say, well, what are y'all doing in the community? Well, next week, you'll see those 2 videos that's going to be released on Patreon first, and then here on YouTube, so you can see actually what we're doing in the community, all right? Boots to the ground. All right, so this calendar, like I said, is excellent. There's nothing like it. And once you crack it open and open it up, even for the month of June, you're going to be like, wow. All right, so we're working on getting this physical calendar done by next month. We're going to have it before the fall feast, all right, well before the fall feast. All right, so you guys can feast on it before you guys celebrate the feast. All right, you're gonna have this big, massive calendar you can hang on your wall. You can set it up on your desk. I mean, you know, if you want the small compact version, we can give you that as well. I mean, there's nothing like this. Like I said, we've made history by releasing this, and there's nothing like this in the community. So everybody that got a copy, I mean, y'all can shout it out if y'all want in the chat. Some people already said it. Like I said, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. There's nothing like it. All right. So again, that's the calendar, and I appreciate you guys for supporting the calendar. Also, as well, as y'all already know, if you don't know already, all right, we have our mixtapes available. All right. Here's KHM Presents The Truth Works Mixtape Volume 1, which we released last year in 2019, end of January 2019. And then this year, recently, we released the KHM Presents The Truth Works Mixtape Volume 2, Pump Up the Volume. All right, now, both of these mixtapes are fire. If you guys want to get both of these mixtapes, let us know. Email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Anybody in the chat that already has it, y'all can brag about it if y'all want. I'm saying this is the excellent thing going on. And if you guys want both the calendar and both mixtapes, we ask for a donation of $10 for each item. But if you give us a donation of $25, we will give you all 3 items and we'll give you an Amazon gift card. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll give you 3 items from our merchandise stash for $25, and we'll give you a free Amazon gift card to go along with that as a thank you for investing in our ministry by patronizing the merchandise that we are offering to the people. All right. So again, family, this is what we have. I appreciate all your support thus far on these things. Like I said, plenty more stuff coming. Like I said, this year, if all goes well, we're going to have KHMMG, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries Music Group. We're working with our artists. We're going to release an album, do a tour, do concerts, do promotion. It's going to be fire. All right. Also later on this year, Q4, we're working on the reality show. Reality show. Yes, we're going to fund and do our own reality show through the donations and contributions from you guys. Every dollar that you guys invest in us, we allocate it to various projects so we can give you guys back quality. And like I said, this reality show, when you see it, is nothing like it on TV. We need to get behind this 1,000% so we can counter all that garbage reality TV that we see all the time. Because I have connections with people in TV One and Bounce, right? And been speaking with them over maybe the past 2 years or so, people that I know work in a production team or work in marketing or something like that for these stations. And I've been telling them, look, this is what we're doing at KHM. They're like, man, we love it. You got to run a pilot web series. Run the pilot web series to see how many people support it. We'll cast it to our executives, our VPs, have them look at it. And if they approve it, then we'll actually air it live on TV. I said, what? Oh, we got to do this. So now what we're doing is we're stacking our bread so we can invest and take care of all the production needs. So every time you guys buy a mixtape, a t-shirt, the calendar, you do your Patreon, your super chats, every time you guys do things like that, guess what? We put it towards these various projects that when you guys see, you're going to be like, wow. You're not going to say, wow, just because it's great quality. You're going to say, wow, because, man, I helped to bring that about. I helped to make this happen. I helped to make you guys are making these things possible, right? So all these future projects, and we have a children's product coming up. It's an app that we have in the making that we're working on, an interactive app for children from KHM. Like I said, there's nothing like it in the community. I've seen and surveyed everything that our community has to offer. And I'm like, well, how can we be at the cutting edge? How can we do it one step better? How can we do it one step further? And I'm sitting here think tanking these things. And would you guys help by giving me ideas and by you guys investing in us? You're helping to make these things reality. You guys allowed these mixtapes to come about. You guys allowed the inspiration for the calendar to come about. You guys allowed the inspiration for the things that I teach. Me going in these streets, putting boots to the ground, which I'm about to talk about in a minute. You guys made this possible. And I want to thank you guys sincerely for all of your investment and sacrifice, because this is going to be the greatest ministry in our community. I'm telling you, there's nothing like KHM. Nothing like it. I'm not saying we're the best. I'm just saying that we have a lane that is unique and nobody's in that lane. And I want to bring all of y'all aboard for the ride. Do y'all want to get on the ride and make this happen? because we're gonna steamroll through all of the red tape that's been set up to keep us quiet, because now the time is prime for us to speak, us to cry aloud and bring our message of truth to the world. Everybody's looking for hope. Everybody's looking for a solution. We got it. Our community, we have it. So we have to bring it to the public. They have to look to us for the solution. Why? Because the scripture says in Jeremiah chapter 29, seek the peace of the city and intervene on Yah's behalf, so that in its peace, you will have peace. If you want shalom, true shalom, you must get involved in your community. And the stuff that we're doing and putting out is going to pave that path for everybody else to come along and go much further than what we did. But pioneers is what we're doing. We're pioneers. All of y'all who here, who rock with KHM, who are members of KHM, who supporters of KHM, we are all pioneers of something that the world has never seen yet. And the most dangerous thing is for us to go mainstream, which is coming soon. I can't reveal everything. I will over time. But when this goes mainstream, it's a wrap. No compromise. We're giving 1,000% on behalf of the Most High, and we are going to tread down scorpions and snakes that's in our way, and we're going to establish Yah's kingdom that's amongst us right now to prep the people for what's about to come. That autonomy thing is no joke. Y'all about to witness something like no other. Okay. All right. Shout out to my brother D-Red in the building. My sister Adaya Yisrael. What's going on, sis? What's going on? Deborah Newsom says KHM Volume 2 is great. Brother Yarden said hit or smash that like button. Do it right now. Share this video. Hit subscribe if you're brand new. Go back into the archive of videos that we have posted up. We have tons of videos posted up with tons of content. I'm telling you guys, this is it. All right. Rodney Frederick said, what's the plan? What you mean, Rodney? Let me know. Shout out to more of the Renzo Roberson in the building. What's going on? All right. All right, family. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. So now y'all see the topic. All right. So we're gonna go in. Also, just so you know, if any of y'all are all protesting out there, I'm gonna give you guys two options. Don't forget our flatten the curve face mask. Okay. Again, a unique product that we put out for those of you who are still in cities that require you to wear a mask as you go out, or masks going to stores. All right. Our LOL accessories and boutique and accessories. We have engineered face mask, right? That you can, has a pocket for a filter, but it can also be infused with our essential oils collection. All right. So the link is in the description below. So again, that is something that is homegrown and handmade by us. All right. So you guys, again, hit the link in the description below and get your exclusive face mask. All right. Just want to make sure you guys understand that that's something else we're offering. And if you're going out there to protest, not only do you want to wear this face mask, is going to demonstrate what you're about, but also you guys need the t-shirt. All right. So we have the t-shirt that you guys need to go and cop so you can wear if you're out protesting. All right. Let me go ahead and show that to you guys real quick. And then after that, let's get this show on the road. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. All right. All right. So if you guys haven't already seen the t-shirt that we have to offer, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys get a glimpse of it real quick. All right, there it is. All right, so emotion, cross it out. You have to have a purpose. React, cross it out. Make a plan. Riot, no. Protest the plan driven by the purpose, and then after the protesting is over, perform it. Don't repeat the same cycle that's not bringing solutions. All right, so this t-shirt here, you guys need to get if you are out there protesting, because this right here will open up the conversation for those to come to you and say, wow, what's that shirt about? Easy icebreaker. You ain't got to say a word. The shirt explains everything. All right, so if you guys are interested in this t-shirt, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. One of my admins can drop it in the chat, or you can look in the description below and cop this t-shirt. Cop it. You need it. You cannot protest without it if you're an Israelite. All right, don't let me see y'all taking pictures protesting out in the streets and you ain't got this t-shirt. This t-shirt is necessary. So all the people that's out there just aimlessly doing whatever, because we are grounded. We are flat-footed. We have an anchor because we have our Israelite culture. Our community is a lost sheep. They don't have that. They don't. So we have to wear things and say things and do things so they can look to us for the solution. Right now, celebrities, are coming out, waking up to the truth, right? You got T.I. now speaking about us being Israel. You got Ice Cube now speaking about us being Israel. You got Carmelo Anthony speaking now of us being Israel. You got more and more celebrities coming out and saying, wow, something has to be going on. Something has to be going on. And now they're searching for truth. They're looking over these things. And guess what? We are influencing the world. But now that the world are watching us, what are we going to do with the spotlight? Are we going to put our selfish needs before everybody else to see, or our selfless needs on how we're here to serve the community on behalf of the greatest deity on this planet? How are we going to play our cards, family? Okay. All right. Scott Garrett Headley, sure. What we're talking about right now is related to that. You know what I'm saying? And even when I did in 2016, I did my lecture series on the calendar. I spoke on Jacob's Trouble, and I said, is your calendar that you guys follow, is it end times ready? Our calendar is end times ready. You're gonna be like, what does that mean, end times ready? Go back and watch the lecture. Or get the actual calendar yourself, and you'll be able to see, oh, so you telling me I don't need to read anything, go online, look on the internet. I can just look at this calendar and learn how to look at nature in order to determine the feast days. You got to study Yah's handiwork. You shouldn't be grasping for a calendar and grasping for this. You should be able to simply walk outside and know what time it is. Okay. All right. So with that being said, family, so let's talk about a couple of recent things that's been going on. Let me break some things down for you guys, and try to keep this thing short, try not to have it too long, but also want to open it up for any Q&A or open panel discussions if y'all want to have that on tonight. Okay, so with that being said, so recently, as you guys have seen, I have a video out where I went downtown Atlanta, Centennial Park. And when I got there, it was 10-15 minutes to curfew, which was 9 p.m. And when I got there, situated there, it was after curfew. And there were several of our brothers and sisters who were out there in the street with a whole bunch of, National Guardsmen and police and SWAT and all types of, special ops military that was there. And they created a line, and there were some of our people still there. After curfew, they have been given permission to proceed with excessive force. First with non-lethals and then with lethal force if necessary. So brothers and sisters were either going to get arrested or they were going to get hurt or killed. So being in a situation like this, how do you direct your people? Do you tell your people, yeah, let's run into that burning fire to make a point that I'm brave? You see a house burning down. Oh, we're going to run into it because I want to prove that I'm brave. Why would you run into a burning house just to prove to somebody that you're brave and never live to see the success of that? So we should never direct our brothers and sisters into harm's way purposely just to prove a point. What are you trying to prove? Oh, yeah, I'm a G. What are you trying to prove? So I say no, right? Thinking about the welfare of my brothers and sisters according to Torah, my job is to intervene if I see that there's some danger coming upon them. So my job was get them out of the line of fire. So I was telling them, fall back. It's not worth it. You protested already. You made your point. It is after curfew. They're not playing. Let's go. And I thank y'all that I did that. A lot of people supported it. Some people were mad and upset that I did that. Oh, Divine is soft, Divine is weak, and how Divine out there telling them to fall back. We're supposed to be protesting. So I looked at all these critical critiques of what I did, where people were saying that I'm weak and I'm soft because I'm telling people to fall back, because I'm being cautious of my surroundings. I have no fear that someone's going to happen to me and I was going to get arrested or killed, anything like that. I have no fear. When you act righteously, you have no fear. But at the same time, I had to do what I had to do to get the rest of the people who don't have that same sense of grounding or being anchored out of the line of fire so they can fight another day. So all the people who critiqued what I did and said, oh, Divine is this, Divine is that, all I'm simply saying to them is, where y'all at? I don't see y'all on the front line bum rushing into a line of guardsmen and police officers. I don't see you pull out your gun and shooting at them. I don't see you fighting them. I don't see y'all doing nothing. But you want to critique the ones that's on the front lines. You mad because I'm saving lives? I don't want our people to die. And what you want them to do? Stay out there and die? Oh, this is the time to do what? Lose their life? Die at 21 years old and never get to see their future simply because they got to prove a point to you? Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Y'all's not using common sense. Y'all want to be cannon fodder and never actually fulfill the point of even protesting. And I'm not saying this is not going to a lot of my Israelite family, right? A lot of y'all understood it. Y'all seen what it is for what it is, discerned it, whatever. This goes to some of y'all in the conscious community that be talking all that smack. And I realize that a lot of those people that make those comments, when I go to these these conscious events, I be seeing the same faces. The energy's different. All that stuff they talk about, your keyboard warriors, those virtual activists, because they're not on the front lines, they're not on the street. When they see me, it's all love, oh, Divine, all love. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And I remember some of them. I have good memory. I remember some. I'm like, oh, this is the same dude I was talking crazy. But he over here giving praises. Oh, okay. The energy's different. So I'm not moved when people talk crazy. Why? Because if they're not putting in work, then their opinion, it doesn't mean anything. But what I'm simply saying now is to give them a response so they can understand that I'm not going to put our people in the line of fire. I'm not going to have their blood on my hands. If you want people to die for this cause, then you get on the front line and you be the first one to lay your life down. Be the example that you want us to do. Lay your life down. And after I see you dead, I'm like, yo, I guess he was about his life, that life. But guess what? I guarantee once they see you die, they're going to scatter. All those people always behind you. Once they see them shooting real guns and they kill your behind, guess what? Those people ain't going to be behind you. The first law of human instinct is self-preservation and survival. It takes a lot to go against the grain and put your life in danger. It takes a lot. You're going against natural instincts. So I was there on the front line with all the police there, with all our people there saying, get the hell up out of this burning house before you die. It is not worth it. Remember, this was after protesting. This was after curfew, when they are coming in with military, with Humvees, with tactical gear and weaponry. Why would I tell them to go and let's fight with no weapons? No military training or tactics. Y'all ain't no militia. Y'all ain't about that life. Y'all ain't about to pick up a gun and start shooting at National Guard. Y'all not stupid, but y'all wanted me to go out there and look crazy. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And see, it's only people who have nothing to live for gonna tell you to go and lose your life because they got nothing to live for. It's not happening. It's not happening. And it's interesting because, you know, my dad once said to me that one thing he didn't understand about war is, why do young men die for old man's dreams? Why do young men die for foolish old man's dreams? Why? A lot of these dudes that saying all this stuff are people that's past their prime. And they want to see the youth go out there and die while they're sitting at home watching it on TV, watching it on YouTube. But they're not out here in these streets when these things go down. So all of that, rah, all of that stuff doesn't mean anything to me, because in person it's different energy. And if anybody had any grievance, y'all know where I'm at. I'm not hard to find. Okay, people spot me all the time in the street, all the time. If you got a grievance and you see me, bring it to me and let's dish it out. Let's resolve that, squash it, and move forward. It's that simple. So all of y'all keyboard warriors, all of y'all virtual activists, all of you tough guys, I want to see you on the front line laying your life down. And then you get an ounce of respect for me. That's it. And then maybe I'll take your critique seriously. Maybe I'll take your critique seriously. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, get on my soapbox. Remember, my Paul moment shirt coming soon. My Paul moment. This is what I'm doing. Taking my Paul moment, standing in my soapbox and speaking. Because this is the craziest thing ever, man. It's crazy how damaged some of these conscious dudes are, man. It's crazy. It's not all of them. Because some of them hit me up, but the ones I was talking crazy, I'm just like, wow. Where's the footage of you? And you know, this is the cop that, oh, I ain't got to film because you ain't there. Who's gonna vouch for you? What organization is gonna vouch that you was there? Huh? Who? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. All right. Okay. If you're watching this, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you share this video if you're brand new to this channel. Hit subscribe and go back and check out the archive of videos that we have up there. And remember, family, we have an Amazon gift card that is up for grabs. All you got to do is sign up for our Patreon, www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. And somebody here is going to win this free gift card. All right? It's up to y'all. Okay? So with that being said, family, I went out there in the street when the voting time came because I listened to the concerns of our community and I say, okay, these things need to be addressed. Somebody needs to be out there addressing the concerns that our community has. So I decided to go out during voting day, election day on June 9th out here in Atlanta and go to a white neighborhood and a black neighborhood to kind of look at the juxtaposition between the two and be able to see the differences between both, you know, the mindset, the attitudes towards voting and so forth, and check to see what the issues were and things along those lines. And I learned a lot by doing this. I learned a lot because I've been to polling sites before, right? But I've never done this type of investigatory work or investigative work, excuse me, at this level. So when you guys go back and watch this video, you'll see that I'm boots to the ground. I go inside these polling stations. I'm interviewing people. I'm gauging what's going on. And then after all that is said, in the second part of it, I'm sitting down with you guys, talking real talk and teaching you tactical voting techniques so your voice and your vote can count. I'm showing you what to do after you've done protesting. You must put people in position for them to carry out what it is that the demands that you're making. And that is important. And I break that down to you in that video, and I teach you some things that a lot of you probably have never heard before, because when I get inside intel, I share it openly. So y'all stay tuned for that video. It's called Vote or Note. The the vote or note. And it's the reality of the voting experience, right? So I just want you guys to understand, those of you who may be against voting, it's interesting because I was on Facebook Live yesterday in another discussion, and I was trying to tell people why voting is important and why we as Israelites can make a difference when we are at the forefront. We need to have our people in various positions so they can play the Esther and Mordecai role and make sure that any issue that's coming down the pipe that can adversely affect our community, we have a heads up. They can intervene and interpose so we can continue to have shalom or peace, which is our breathing room until we are redeemed. Because those of you who say, oh, we shouldn't vote, we should get involved with politics, but yet you're sending your child to public school. And they have programs at public school. You don't want them teaching your child, but guess what? You put your child in public school. Guess what? The laws that they're making is passing down the curriculums, and guess what? You are subjecting your child to that simply because you said, oh, I'm not going to vote. Do you know that you also vote to put people in the school board who are responsible for assessing those curriculums to see whether or not it's effective for Black and brown children? Do you know that? They're politicians as well. Do you know who's on your school board or where you at? Do you know all the ordinances in your county that adversely affect you from moving and parking violations from driving and using your car? Do you know all of them that's out there? Do you know the lawmakers behind creating those things? Because you just got a ticket for something crazy and you're like, wow, I didn't know anything about this ordinance. Guess what? You didn't put nobody in place to overlook it and give you guys the inside intel so you guys have a heads up on what's going on and you can prepare for it, or you guys can knock it down with a vote. Are y'all doing that? Do y'all know what's going on? Y'all getting upset about police brutality. Why? Why do you care? What you caring for? You're not trying to get involved or intervene on behalf of the Most High for the peace of the city because you're not seeking it because you don't want peace. Why do you care? Why do you care? But if you get involved, guess what? You can reduce or diminish those outcomes. Anything that adversely affects our community, you could be on the front foot from preventing it. Voting is one of many tools. And when you vote, you can create Torah sanctions on politicians that if they're not do things in alignment with the principle of Torah, then we're not going to support you. You're not getting our votes. You call your town hall meetings, you get the politicians there and you press them. You do a recall election if there are people in place and elected officials and positions, and you say they're doing the wrong thing. You can go get a petition signed, go through the proper protocols for your city, county, or state, and you can get that politician up out of that office. You have the power to do that. Your voice does mean something. But when you don't know this, you'll say, oh, it's not working. Just like people who keep Torah. They try to pray, get no results. They meditate, no results. Day-to-day life, they can't even see and discern if Yah is working or moving because they don't know the formula. So a lot of people move away from it. A lot of people leave it or exit it out because of a bad experience, a hardship, or they simply feel like Yah's not answering, he's not hearing me. No, that's not true. You just have been taught the proper protocol to get a yielded result that you're intending. So you have to learn how this thing works. It's a process. I don't have it all down pat, but whatever I have, I pass it down to y'all so you can see tangible, immediate results. Okay. All right. So Goddess Isis, she says the left and right are completely controlled. I don't vote for a control puppet. You don't have to vote for a control puppet. How about you get one of the people that you know to run for office, who's on an independent or even a completely different political party? You can create it. Did you know you can create your own party? Did you know that? Did you know you can put anybody who meets the qualifications of a politician in your city, your town, you can put them on the ballot and get a petition to push them there? Did you know that you can do that? So you don't have to say, oh, I'm gonna vote Republican or Democrat. You can be nonpartisan, and you can objectively select somebody who does not have any affiliation with none of those groups, and you can get their name on a ballot. It's called a ballot initiative. Look it up. I explain all of that in the video. You understand what I'm saying? So all you Israelites that are here right now waiting to be redeemed by the Most High Yah, do some supernatural act, until that happens, you still got to live their day. You still got a house or an apartment. You still got a car. You ride the subways or the bus. You still put your children in public school. You still shop at the grocery stores. And some of you are like, oh, why my community looks so crazy and run down? Because you're not getting involved. That's why it looks like that. Why the education sucks at my school? Because you're not getting involved. Why are you complaining if you're not trying to contribute towards the solution? Why are you complaining? Is it because you feel helpless? Wait a second. Hold on. I thought when you read Devarim or Deuteronomy chapter 28, y'all quick to jump to the curses. But if you're keeping Torah, why you ain't getting none of the blessings? These blessings to entitle you to enact change in your community. Do y'all want to be downtrodden? Do y'all want to be beat up? Do y'all want to subject yourselves to the oppression of this society and not show how strong Yah is through your actions? Is y'all laying down and being weak? Y'all let me know. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Right? So again, it's not just simply putting politicians in place that look like us. Obama looked like us. What did he do for our community? Oh, did I say that? Some of y'all gonna get mad. Some of y'all gonna sit here and unsubscribe because I said Obama didn't really do much for our community. Statistically speaking, look it up. I'm not making this up. I'm going based on facts. How much did we benefit under his administration? Look it up. You are more directly impacted by local politics than federal politics. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So y'all can say, oh, I'm not going to vote for the primaries for a presidential election, or that's fine. But you still have a sheriff. that needs to be put in place. You still have senators, you still have House members, you still have school board members, you still got all these other people who are still running the city that you live in, that you're complaining about, that is so run down and destroyed, and my kids are not getting great education, and I'm getting pulled over for this and that. You can change all of that. Some people just want somebody else to do all the hard work for them, and they don't want to do nothing. They just want to sit back and complain. You know why? Because at least if I'm complaining, right, I can get attention. And that is the problem with us. We are so traumatized that we only want to complain because we feel we need attention. This is why social media has messed up a lot of our people, because it gives a voice for us to complain and not provide no solution to the complaint. And when people are out there trying to teach you the inside information on how to get it done, they get shot at, they get beat up, they get talked about. So it's like, what do? I don't mind being a sacrificial lamb for my community, because somebody got to do it on behalf of God. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to get it done. Somebody has to do it. And even if it's only a remnant that follow behind it, so be it. I'm okay with that. I know I'm fulfilling my purpose, and I'm not going to complain unless I provide a solution. All right. Shout out to Key to Life in the building. Goddess Isis. Obama gave trillions to Wall Street. Of course, he bailed them out. You remember the Too Big to Fail Act? Yeah. What about us? What about us? We put in $1.3 trillion into the economy almost every year. How many of them are given back to us? You know, the problem is we've been trained to be consumers, not producers. And they take advantage of that. And we desire the things of our oppressor. The scripture says, learn not the ways of your oppressor, but we do that. We emulate them. We look like them. We want to dress like them. We want to get the cars and the houses like them. We want to be just like our celebrities. We want to be just like people who are famous. That is the American dream that they sold to our people. But we never get to obtain that dream. They do off of our blood, sweat, and tears. So what do you do on top of that? How do you resolve that? Torah gives you a template. You got to build on the template. The template itself is not enough. It's what was said, but what is being said? Infinitive. What is the Most High saying? What is he speaking right now? He's telling you how to build a house. Here's the blueprint, my child. Build a house. Are you building a house? Are you? Okay. All right. Shout out to Sensei David Pitts. He said Chag Sameach, Juneteenth. So those of you, again, who may not know anything about Juneteenth is designated for June 19th. And pretty much what it is historically is that after the Civil War, the word came to Galveston, Texas. Texas was a Confederacy state. And the word went out to the last remaining slaves to let them know that they were free. It wasn't really free. It was just slavery by another name, because, you know, after that, you had the Convict Leasing Act, you had the vagrancy laws, you had the pig laws, all these, the black code, you had all of these things that were put in place to still redline us, to put in place to still subject us back to the plantations, sharecropping, all of those things. Then you had the scallywags that came down there to take advantage, carpetbaggers, all of those situations. And then you had the Democratic Party, which most black vote for. Their history, they supported the Ku Klux Klan and terrorizing black people in the South. They supported that. They were against abolition. It was the Republicans, white and black Republicans, that pushed for abolition, pushed for federal intervention in the South, and pushed for change for the black community. And it was black Republicans that helped set up Wall Street. Now, I'm not saying I'm a Republican. I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm saying learn your history. And if you don't like the parties now, create your own. And once we get Greenhaven off the ground and a couple other municipalities, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a party that is supported by Torah initiatives. So every time somebody says, oh, but this and oh, but you keep saying excuse. Oh, but I can't do this and oh, but we shouldn't do that. And oh. So what should we do? What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? I hear the problem, but what do you propose? And half the time, people ain't got no answer because they have not thought that far. My job is to think tank this stuff, to socially engineer our community to stay on the path of righteousness, and with that righteousness to enact the power that is given to them that is divine, so that way they can make a change in their immediate environment. That is what I'm here to do, to think tank these things, to put the ideas out so that people can take it and go much further than me. So what is the solution? What is the solution? People complain all the time. What is the solution? How will you increase in your city and not decrease? You know, because when the Israelites, the Yahudim, when they were in Babylon, after exile, after 587 BCE, they was in exile. And they took most of the middle class and the upper class and they exiled them. They left a lot of the poor still in the land. And they exiled them. What did those people do? They got a letter from Jeremiah saying to them what you should do while you're in captivity. And guess what? They created a city called Al Yahudu. Look it up. Look it up. They created their own city. They was autonomous in their own city. Did that mean that they overthrew the yoke of captivity? No. But that means they gave themselves breathing room because they were supposed to be there for 70 years as punishment for disobeying the Most High. And guess what they did? They created their own functional city. Are y'all doing that? When Goshen was established and the Most High were raining judgments on Misraim according to the cultural literature, was Goshen touched? No, Goshen wasn't touched. But yet we're so tethered to this society that when Yah rains judgments, we're crying and complaining. What for? Why are you doing that? When you have instructions from your cultural literature on what to do, you're mandated on what to do. Are you following those protocols and mandates? If we are networked and autonomous, we shouldn't care how this world is being judged. And this is why I say that that is our end game. KHM, autonomy is our end game. That is the greatest weapon that you can utilize against your oppressor, is autonomy. Because the oppressor can only have power if you depend and rely on him. You must starve him of that. And in the process, set up shop. People say, oh, but if we do that, they're going to try to destroy what we have. No, they're not. It's going to be within the confines of this system. Unless you're going to go out there and buy your own country and rule and reign it. You can call yourself sovereign all the time. Well, I'm sovereign. I'm sovereign. I'm saying, you are sovereign? Where's your army at? Where's your manufacturing plants at? What's your GDP? You're sovereign. You are? Oh, shoot. What land that you have and a loyal title to? Not a fee simple title. Do you have a loyal title to a land? You do? Show it to me. Oh, okay. You're not sovereign. They stole this land and they subjected you on the land that they stole. And you don't have an army. You don't have resources. You don't even have a currency. I teach our community how to create community currency. Look it up. Look it up. We don't even have community foundations. You know what a community foundation is? Community foundation, you have in a lot of affluent communities. It's designed as a fundraising entity that raises funds, turns them into grants, and gives it back to the community that created them for the sole purpose to prevent them from getting predatory loans. That's why it exists. Have y'all heard of that before? No? Oh, shoot. What about a community bank? Community banks are vested in the community that they are in, because if the community fails, that bank goes under. Not Bank of America, not Wells Fargo, not Chase. These are different conglomerates. They don't care if that community fails or not. They just close down one of their banks and open up shop somewhere else. But a community bank, they give you better loans and better financial options than the bigger banks because they want you to survive. Do y'all have an account in your community bank? People say, oh, I'll put my money in a black bank. Black bank don't mean nothing if they're not vested in the community. Just because they black don't mean it's right. Do you know what a community bank is? Oh, shoot. Do you know what community currency is? Currency that runs parallel to the national currency that's in existence, but it's currency that you give value to within your community. It can be a card. It could be a coin. It could be whatever you want to create it to be. So that way you have value that you apply to it. You regulate it. You centralize the power that it has, and then you use it amongst your community. So that way you don't even have to touch the national currency that you have stocked in your bank, but you utilize and run your community off of community currency. It exists. This has been implemented in various places around the world for poor communities that need to find a way to compete. They create their own currency. And whatever goods, products, and services they create, they match it against their own currency and circulate it within the community. And what they do is that they get all of the local stores and shops and businesses to adopt this currency, and it brings their value up. Did y'all know that? It exists. I've done a lecture on this. I've taught on this. So when people say, oh, there's nothing we could do, it's because you don't want to do nothing. That's why. You don't want to do nothing. You want to sit there and be lazy and just throw your hands up and say, oh, we can't do nothing. But is that the history of your ancestors? Is that what they did? Whose steps are you walking in? Whose footsteps are you walking in? Okay. All right. Shout out to Rise of an Ancient Kingdom, Yaoundé. I appreciate that. Let me see. I haven't seen what's in it. Shout out to my brother Chris in the building. What's going on? All right. And again, family, like I said before, in these videos you're going to watch, is the main reason why protesting is working this time is because all distractions have been removed due to COVID-19. There were no more concerts, no more movie theaters, no more sports. You couldn't go out to shop. You were stuck in your home. Most people sitting at home doing silly stuff and killing time and saying, I'm bored. How the hell can you be bored at home when there's so much work to do in your community? When you have so much talent, so many skills, you'll discover things about yourself you never knew you could do. Thoughts that you never thought you could think. Things you never thought you can accomplish. You should never be bored. There should be always something to do. There's always work available. And if you don't know what to do, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and we'll give you something to do. We'll give you a purpose. We'll give you some assignments. We'll give you tasks. We'll give you some work. But when they removed all the distractions, Black people were face to face to confront the racism that permeates through our community. I have Black Christian friends who never were activists. Once this COVID-19 thing happened and they saw what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, they saw what happened to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and they went back to recollect what occurred because guess what? They couldn't go to work, right? They wasn't commuting to work. They wasn't physically at their job, right? They couldn't go out and party or go to the club. Yeah, they was in parties doing clubs. They couldn't go out to drink at the bar. They couldn't go to a sports event. They couldn't go to a concert event. They couldn't do nothing secular. They were stuck in the house and they had to sit there and look at that TV and say, damn, something is wrong. You know, some of those Black Christian apologists, y'all seen some of them on here that had to interface with, that don't even identify as being Black, African-American, or anything that is ethnically distinct. They think that because they're Christian, that they're joined with everybody else. And some of these Christian apologists turned it up even more because they were faced to confront things that we were already talking about. We were already saying this. And now here come the celebrities who they get their fortunes off the backs of our community, and they have to get involved and intervene and support what we're doing. Otherwise, they will not get another dollar. They are opportunists and they are leeches. A lot of them, they're not real. They're not about this life that we've been talking about for a long time. And I'm glad this happened to wake a lot of these dry bones up so that they can live, so we can prepare for what's about to come. Do y'all understand what's going on? Do y'all understand what's going on? So earlier yesterday, this is Saturday now, earlier yesterday was Juneteenth. And they had a protest out here in Atlanta, downtown Centennial Park. They marched to the Capitol Hill. We marched back. And when we came back, we settled in the park. They had a concert out there and everything. And then they was doing this whole Jesus thing. Now, this is the thing that disturbed me. There are Christians out there that actually care about our civil liberties. There are Christians out there that actually see what's going on and want to make a change or a difference, right? I'm all for that. But now when you have a concert and this becomes like, it was like some kind of gospel concert where people were, I mean, and again, look, if that's your prerogative, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, why are you doing a gospel concert when there's a real issue at stake? Like, why are you doing that? That can wait. You can do that in the confines of your own home. If you want to do an altar call, do that in your church, do that on your social media account, do that at home. Right now, we got work to do. We don't have time for that. You want to really demonstrate the power of your God? Get the work done in his name. Let's see it happen. But I'm not going to front, because some of them groups, like, the Salvation Army is a Christian church organization. Did y'all know that? It's a Christian ministry. Salvation Army's out there. And again, some of these groups I don't knock, because they actually help people. But the thing that really bothered me is, where the Israelites at? Where are we at? Why are we not converging there and leading the charge? How do we allow them to take over? Where are we at? The scripture says, seek the peace of the city and intervene on behalf of Yah, for in its peace you shall also have peace. Where are we at? Why wasn't we there? I get so much flack sometimes for being the only Israelite going to these things. Why are we not there? Even if there's some camp show up, what you see from time to time, look, those brothers are doing what they're commissioned to do, right? I have a different assignment than what they have. But what I'm saying is, we all should have came out and converged. We should have done that, because we have the eye of discernment. So we, like, even what was going on when the riders and stuff was coming in from out of town, stuff like that, guess who was able to see this? People who are conscious. The conscious, like when you get conscious and you start seeing the different things in society that look weird and anomalies and so forth and glitches in the matrix, you start pointing it out to people. They saying, you crazy? What are you talking about? You said, look, there's going to be a time where there's going to be Jacob's trouble, and black people is going to be, downtrodden even more, and we're going to be oppressed. Oh, you crazy? You bugging out? And then these things happen. Now they're like, oh, I guess we got to deal with it now. We kept trying to spit under the rug. Now you got to deal with it. So deal with it. But in dealing with it, what plan are you executing to fix the problem? So I was out there with the people. I was marching with the people. I was protesting with the people. And then I had side conversations to get a more of an inquisitive look into how they're thinking, and telling them, what is your next step? Giving them ideas, inspiration, linking up and networking with different organizations. I was out there putting in work. You'll see the footage is coming up soon. I wasn't out there to play games. I wasn't out there to sit there and say, let me promote my religion. No, I'm out there to put boots to the ground and get the work done. Because it's through my actions. When people see it, they'll inquire and say, hey, what's motivating you to do this? Then that's the icebreaker for me to go and say, look, let me break down this truth to you. You don't have to keep beating people over the head with it. Just live it. Just do it. And they will come. It's that simple. Okay. All right. So like I said, y'all going to see the footage coming up. I had a great time out there. Dope footage. When you see it, you're going to like it. You're going to definitely enjoy it. And I'm just saying, we all need to converge when these things happen. If you find out this is happening in your city, make sure you are there. You are the light in darkness. You are the light. Don't let somebody outshine you that don't support the culture that you support. Don't let somebody outshine you that got a God that's different from your power. Don't let somebody outshine you that's living in the secular realm and you living on righteousness. Why are they outshining you? Where your swag at? That's the problem. People are afraid because they don't think being an Israelite is, no, being Israelite is the cutting edge of everything. When we get involved in a movement or a situation or a problem or issue, guess what? We're going to bring the solution. We're going to solve it. We're going to fix it. We're going to speak truth to it. We're going to stand by our moral ethics and principles until something is seen through to the end. That is what we need to do. Speak up, cry out, and spare not your voice. And then put the work in. Okay. All right. Maybe that's just me yelling, talking loud, whatever the case may say. I don't know. All right. Sensei David Pitts, yes, it is possible. You know why? Because you live in a community similar to the communities that I and others live in, where you're being shot, killed, where you're being redlined, where there's structural racism, when there's oppression. Yeah, you can get together for those causes. Work together. That's why you see red, black, and green, because I'll work together with my people, the lost sheep, with their organizations, programs, movements, to get the work done. Let me show you how effective it is. And you'll see this in my videos coming up. In Minneapolis, they disbanded the police department, or they're in the process of disbanding it. And they're going to put a community-led model where they're going to use the people to create a public safety unit to enforce the law. Did you know that? Did y'all know they disbanded the police department in the process of disbanding and getting rid of the police department in Minneapolis? The city council ruled on it. Look it up. I'm not making this up. Look it up. We should have been did that. When you vote, you have the power to do that. Did you know that? You talking about police in our communities, you can do that. And in that video, I tell you guys how. If you want to check it out, sign up for the Patreon. Patreon, you'll get exclusive look on it first, early access before it gets released. And I give you all the secret sauce. So if they're disbanding the police department there because of protesting and the proper politician was in place, because listen to this, family. They are scared when there's unity and solidarity. All these people marching and protesting, you think they all believe in the same thing religiously? You think they believe in all the same thing culturally? You got so many white people that are there supporting the cause. I was shocked. And not just that, now the appeal goes beyond the protesters. And now we got Amazon put a disclaimer, oh, we support Black people, and Netflix, oh, we want to put up a Black Lives Matter category. Oh, then you got other companies like Twitter and other groups that say, oh, we want to give, you guys the day off on Juneteenth. We want to appeal to the Black community. All these organizations, I get emails every day from all of these companies that I deal with. And when I go on their websites, they always have a front and center disclaimer. We support Black Lives Matter. We support Black people. We hate racism. Where were y'all at last year before COVID-19? Where were y'all at 5 years ago when Eric Garner died? Were y'all talking all of this stuff when he died? What? Oh, okay. What about Sandra Bland? Were y'all talking all this stuff when she died? No? Yo was quiet? So all of a sudden, these companies know that Black people invest more money into their businesses. So if they do not support us, we will shut them down with our dollar. That is how powerful we are. Scripture says that money answereth all things. The love of money is the root of all evil. So we're not loving the money, but we need it as a resource to get things done. And when you withhold your dollar and invest it back into your community, because the Black dollar only circulates 4 to 6 hours. When you bring it back into the community and extend that from 4 to 6 to beyond, we have our own social media. Black businesses have their own social media. Did you know that? We have our own shops, our own marketplaces. We have our own businesses. That's what we need to support. When they see that we're saying, look, y'all fake and phony. You saying what? You just now giving me a holiday based on my ethnicity? Just now? After we built this country from the ground up for y'all, and we shed blood, sweat, and tears for years. Now all of a sudden you're acknowledging Juneteenth? I don't want Juneteenth from you. Give me a raise for being Black, working here at your job. Give me a raise for that. Show me you care about giving me a raise, that you're willing to empower me to feed my family. Give me a stake or a share or a stock in this business for free without having to pay for it. What? What was that? Oh, okay. All right. That's it. Starbucks, Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix. Look it up. All these companies are now saying, Puma, Nike, oh, we're going to give you Juneteenth off as a holiday. Oh, we are with Black Lives Matter. Oh, we hate racism. Where were y'all Negroes at 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Where were y'all at? Now, all of a sudden, because we are working in solidarity, this is why I say there's always blessing in disguise. People talk about COVID-19 was a blessing in disguise. You know why? Because as the Most High is allowing the planet to be judged for all of the debt and all the blood that is on the hands of these oppressors, the Most High said, look, it's about time now. Now you're going to face the music. While that is happening, we take advantage of that. While he's judging, we working. We take advantage of that and say, look, look at this, look what's going on. Now let's go build some institutions. Let's go promote our businesses. Let's work together. When you see that Black people work in solidarity for a cause, guess what? We force change. They know their pocket's going to be hit. Their workforce, they're not trying to play with that money. We're the most powerful entity on this planet. You know why? Because once we start turning up and protesting, London is doing it. Australia is doing it. South Africa is doing it. All over the world. Germany, everybody's turning up because we inspired it. Toronto, Vancouver, even places in South America, in Brazil, where it has the largest group of individuals from the Ma'afa, or the transatlantic slave trade, or the diaspora is there in Brazil. Did y'all know that? They got more so-called blacks in Brazil than they do in America. Did y'all know that? What? Turning up because of us. If that don't show the people that we are the light of the world, I don't know what does. I don't care what anybody else says. We are some of the greatest people on this planet. And I'm not saying it to brag or to boast or say, oh, we're better than anybody else. No, we have been given the torch of righteousness to light the world that is in darkness. That is our goal and our objective. Are you wielding it wisely? Yes or no? When judgment is happening, you take advantage because it is a blessing in disguise, because now people want to open up to the truth. People that I haven't heard from in years talking crazy on social media in person saying, yo, man, I heard the stuff that you be saying, man. Yeah, I see it now. I tell a lot of people all the time, persevere. Don't worry about beating your family. Oh, how can I witness to my family members and tell them about the truth? Don't say nothing to them. You don't have to talk. Just live it. Just do it. And when these things happen, they'll come to you and say, man, you was right. I have family members that was straight Christians. All the stuff I was telling my truth, they over here banging on it. And then this happened. And they're like, oh, man, what you were saying was true. It was real. Like I tell my family, I'm telling y'all, keep persevering. Keep enduring to the end. That is how you get your salvation. Don't care if they call you crazy, bugged out, or whatever the case. They marginalize you, which I feel I'm being marginalized even in my own community. I'm okay with that. Keep standing on your truth. Keep persevering. Patience is the #1 trait that if you maintain it, you will see change. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right, family. So I'm done. I'm getting off the soapbox. I'm finished. I'm trying to get this done in 30 more minutes. So I'm gonna be easy. Let me transition to the next thing. Okay. And again, you guys stay tuned for those videos that are coming up next week. If you are signed up for Patreon, you will get early access to it. Check it out. Give me some feedback in Patreon. Let me know what you guys think before I release it publicly. Okay. And again, like I said, we still have this gift card up here. All right. All we have to do is go to www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. Let's get 3 or 4 new patrons. And if we do, I will unlock this power up by the end of the show, and somebody will win a free Amazon gift card. All right. And you use this money because, you know, I was talking about Amazon, but use this money to get knowledge, to get information, get you a bug out kit or a bug out bag for survival. Right. Buy things from black sellers that is on Amazon. Get books and increase your knowledge and information and your awareness. So you can still use their marketplace to empower yourself. Don't just spend it on material things that's vain and won't have any kind of ROI or return on that investment. Get something that's going to give you 10 times fold more back than what you put in. Let's get some new Patreon members, edited pledges, and I'll unlock this by the end of the show. All right. So now transitioning from that, okay, shout out to V.I. Jones in the building. My brother Yesha Moore, Chris Benya, what's going on? Kanisha Morgan, what's going on? Queens of Virtue, Marriage Prep, Femininity, Coaching, what's going on? Rise of an Ancient Kingdom. Black Ave, what's going on? Blue Star Transportation. Now, Blue Star, remember I talked about community currency. You can abandon the dollar and you can adopt a community currency. I taught that in a lecture here on this channel. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just look it up and see how it works in other third world countries where poor populations and the community have risen above poverty because of community currency. Look it up. Shout out to Shema Daweed in the building. Shout out to, who did I just see that just jumped in here? I think I got everybody. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, if you want to shout out, hit 3. If you want to shout out, hit 3. If you want to shout out to Bruce Williams. Shalom to you as well. Like I said, there's no real talk like this going on. You know, when I see a lot of our brothers and sisters in the truth, they're regurgitating the same thing over and over again. It's nothing fresh. It's nothing unique. It's like a lot of stagnant stuff. It's like they're beating you over the head with the same thing that they taught last year, the year before that. Is nothing new, nothing fresh. I tried to give something new, something fresh to the community so that way we can stay ahead of the curve. That way we can continue to be the biggest influences on this planet. And I'm not the only one that's doing it, but I encourage others to do the same. Let's bring up new topics, just investigate different things. There's so many things to learn. Do not confine yourself. Work outside of the box. because inside the box is where they want you. When you're outside of the box, they don't want you treading on that, because now you get to see the box for what it is and say, oh, I thought this was much bigger than what it is. It's a small box when you're on the outside, but you can't see it when you're on the inside. Okay. Dorval, facts. Shout out to Virtue and Building Shalom to you as well. All right, so transitioning from that, I'm issuing a challenge to all the challenges out there. There's been people that have been lately having my name in their mouth, and I'm okay with that, right? You know, you want to keep me popular, that's your prerogative, right? You want to keep me on your mind, on your heart, and your soul, that's up to you. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I am not obliged to debate anybody. I choose who I want to have discussions with. I choose who I want to debate, because I'm not here at a lower rung trying to fight my way up. That's not where I'm at. Because of the immense work I'm doing in the community, I had to take time out from that. I had to take time out from serving y'all, from serving the community, to go and debate somebody. So it has to be well worth it for me to do that. But lately, Christian apologists have been talking crazy. Right? Damon Richardson, somebody who initially talked crazy about me in some random live years ago, if y'all follow me. And then I pulled up. I pulled up. He made another live. Oh, DivineProspect pulled up. Yeah, but I'm not pulling up to do nothing to you. I'm pulling up because it was a public event. You were speaking at it, and I decided to show up and confront you on whatever grievances you had about me. You know what I'm saying? And then there was another event that we went to, that they were putting on, the Christian apologist community, and me and him met, in person. We talked, we chopped it up, everything was cool. And we're gonna have future conversations. Since then, we haven't. So recently, when I put out the Trinity challenge, right, he came onto my post late after I already had everybody set up, saying, oh, I want to talk to you about the Trinity. And I said, well, I gotta set up another discussion with you, because I prefer to talk about that and other things with you, because Damon Richardson he's pretty smart. I ain't gonna lie, like, he knows this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then Garfield gets involved and try to get Damon Richardson to debate me. And he's like, oh, Devon said he's not going to do it with me. And I say, yeah, I'm not going to do it with you, because I told you in the future I'll do it. You missed out on this chance. You got another chance coming up. Then he made a whole long essay after I said, look, yeah, he clout chasing, and he just made a whole long essay about me. So Damon Richardson, with all due respect, you're going to get that cancer smoke. Call me the Surgeon General, because you about to get that work on that smoke you just inhaled. That's going to bring you down, my brother. Run, tell that. So Damon Richardson. Now, also recently, there's been some Israelites who I guess consider themselves non-messianic, Torah only, Tanakh. I don't know what you call them. I don't like terms like that, but they utilize them. That's been talking about Messianic Israelites, if you want to use that. I don't like even using that word, but Messianic Israelites, and saying that if you subscribe to the New Testament, which the New Testament that I subscribe to, New Testament, is called the Restored Berit Hadashah. If you don't know what that is, you need to go back and watch my videos before you call me out. So I was called out on these YouTube and Facebook posts and whatever the case may be. Shout out to the sister Sky Ring Yashrala. That is one of the main sisters that was talking a lot of that smack. And my thing is, I don't debate sisters. I don't debate them. I try not to. We can have discussions. I'm not trying to sit here and debate a sister, but she had the Goonies with her. So I'm saying, yo, if y'all talking crazy, get your goons and let's set up an open panel discussion and put in this work. Let's talk about it. Oh, we don't want to do that because it's going to debate. You got your mind already made up. Then what the hell are you doing talking all this craziness on an open forum, getting people's opinions, and then trying to rebut them, refute them, and then I show up and say, look, I see what y'all saying. Let's get it on a live discussion. Let's get it on. Crickets. Excuses. So I'm calling y'all out. Y'all want to have a discussion? Come on. Don't think that I'm going to talk over you, be disrespectful. I don't do that on my channel. Don't use that as an excuse. Everybody in this chat can vouch for it. If you want that work, you can get it. Tell them the Surgeon General says that if you get too much of the smoke, it's going to destroy you. And I will be that Surgeon General. Let them know. DivineProspect, aka the Surgeon General. Why? Because I'm telling you, when you get that smoke, it's going to destroy you. You don't want that smoke. Stay away from that. Back up. I might have to do a shirt on that. Y'all don't steal my idea, because you'll hear it first here. The Surgeon General. And my warning is back up, because if you inhale or take that smoke, you going down. Facts. But if you want the challenge, listen, I got time for it for the rest of this year. Okay? Now, I'm building out the ministry in the summer, right? Because we had to go to Dallas and Houston and Baltimore and LA and Chicago and a sixth city. I don't know what city that is yet. And we got to set up chapters there. So I'm still doing that type of work. I'm still expanding the ministry. We got Q4 initiatives. We got a lot going on. But in between time, I got that work for y'all. My flexibility and my day-to-day routines and schedules is open now. I have time for it. And if you want it, you can get it. As simple as that. Let's talk about it. We'll set up a time and a topic, and you can get that work. Tell them, if anybody's watching this that has an issue with something I teach or some grievance against DivineProspect or whatever it is that I'm doing or teaching in this community, you let them know that DivineProspect, aka the Surgeon General, says, let's get it on. I don't back down from anybody. But at the same time, I'm not going to debate everybody. That's not going to happen. I will pick and choose who I'm going to have the dialogue with if it's worth my while. But if you've been talking real greasy lately, you will get this work before the end of the year. I will put you in my schedule and I will give you that work. I have no problem with that. So I'll have my Paul moments from here to here, boasting about this, boasting about that. But at the end of the day, I only boast out of frustration. I only boast because a point needs to be made, not because that's my native personality, but I do it because some things need to be said. And it would be presumed that I'm boasting most of the time, but I'll just say, yeah, I'm on my soapbox. I got my Paul moment, and that's it. Once I'm done, I get off my soapbox, go back to normal. But if you want it, y'all can get it. Holla at me, okay? Holla at me. My brother Yesha Moore said I was there for that. Yesha, no lie. Did any of them say that they was ready for that work, or was they all cop and please? I seen hundreds of comments on there, all cheerleading everything the sister was posting. And shout out to that sister, Sky Rain. She's a cool sister outside of that. But when she be talking that smash and then she tagged me in it, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna do talking. Sis, get your goons and let's show up for a live discussion. Let's talk like brothers and sisters. I have no problem with that. If y'all don't want to debate, it's okay. Let's not debate. Oh, but you debating, you good at debating. I'm good at debating. Let's just talk. I mean, y'all so brave. That's why I talk about these keyboard warriors, these virtual apologists. They don't want this work. Why are you calling me out? I don't be bothering nobody. You're bothering me. I'm out here in the street helping our people, and you want to call me for some random debate, and I don't see you doing nothing for your community. Where you giving back at? What work you doing? Where's your resume at? What? These Christian apologists be talking all this smack. Yeah, the brothers hit me up and say, yo, Divine, man, I seen a lot of stuff that you've been putting out lately. A lot of it seems political. Like, when you going to get back to dealing with the Christian apologists? I ain't going nowhere yet. But you got to remember, this is a holistic ministry. Culture, community, autonomy. Me debating and me addressing the haters and all of that is secondary. Primarily, I have an assignment that I have to fulfill. Every day that Yah gives me breath in my lungs, I must fulfill it. Debating Negroes, smashing out the work that people put up, that's all secondary. Trust me, it has not gone anywhere. I will get back to it. And now that I've relocated and I have the space and I'm setting up a studio, and all your donations, if y'all give it, and so I'm going to be going towards setting up the studio, I will make the time to address these people. Don't give me resources and time. If you give me time and resources, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So all those people talking smack, I'm getting up my time and I'm getting up my resources, and it's going to be a problem. Don't call me out. Do what you do over there and let me do what I do over here. Because if you call me out, I'm going to bring the pain. I'm not playing with y'all this year. 2020 has been a jacked up year for a lot of us. I've had a lot of mishaps because of everything that's been going down. And guess what? I'm more than happy to give organized frustration towards anybody that wants that work. Just let me know. I'll be your next employee because I'm about to give you that work. Okay. All right. Shout out to my brother G Brown in the building. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm done, family. I'm off the soapbox. I'm done. Like I said, if y'all want that work, you can get it. Like I said, anybody critiquing or criticizing me, I want to see you in the street putting your life on the line. Let me see you get shot or die first. And then I'll give you some credit. And then maybe I'll consider doing the same stupid thing that you're doing, which probably is not going to happen. But maybe I'll consider saying, man, you know what? Maybe that was noble. And then you'll be forgotten another week or two after that. So anybody critiquing, anybody hating, anybody trying to get this work, All of y'all, I'm ready for it. Okay, so this upcoming week, next week, I'm gonna try to set up some debates for people that's talking all that smack. I'm trying to set up for debates. Now I'm gonna continue to do teaching. I got some other stuff that I want to teach. And again, I've then brought out a myriad of different information. If you go through this channel, there's so much stuff that I've brought out and introduced to the community that people still not even talking about. Again, it's being ahead of the curve, right? And that's why I say KHM is unique. There's nothing like what we are doing here. Me and y'all in the chat, there's nothing like this. We make this for what it is. It's a vicarious victory for all. So if it takes having to, confront these people who are hating, who are critiquing in order to edify the community, I'm with it. All right. So if you got any questions, family, if you got any questions, or if y'all want to get on a panel, I got 15 minutes. I'm going to close this out under 2 hours. Again, family, I still have the Amazon gift card up, and we're just waiting on our patrons in order to get it. I'm looking here. We still didn't get enough Patreon pledges, and that's fine. I know a lot of our Patreons, they follow the YouTube channel, and y'all are in the chat, and I appreciate y'all. But anybody new, anybody that want to edit their pledge, 3 or 4 people, you can unlock this for you or for somebody else. You can be generous for somebody else who may need this, because you can buy goods with this. You can buy services and products. This right here can help somebody. If you guys want, you can pledge. I'll unlock it. If we don't get enough, that's okay. If we get it after this video is up and people go back to watch it and we get the pledges, then the next time we go live, I will unlock it immediately and I will dispense this out to somebody so that you guys can win. And again, we give away all the time. How many channels you go on to and they give you stuff for investing in them? I don't see it happening that often. But yet these are the channels that getting the most views and so forth. And they're not putting their feet to the ground, putting the work in the streets where the real action is happening, and they're not giving back to the people that's supporting them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's what I see. I don't know. Y'all tell me. All right. And again, after today, going forward, we're gonna have our standard, Freestyle Fridays. You ain't got to worry about me getting on my soapbox or talking politically heavy and anything like that. Again, we try to respond to the things that are not trending, the things that are seriously impacting the welfare of our people. I don't sit here and do videos on current events all the time. I try to isolate it to events that have a huge impact. Hence why when COVID-19 dropped, I addressed it. I gave you all the science behind it, the information behind it, so you can understand what it is. And again, I don't know if you're still interested in the lecture on it. Some people say, oh, Devon, can you move past that and talk about other things? I don't know if you're still interested in that. But we do health here. We do credit repair here. If you want your credit repaired, debt eliminated, we do that here. You want a real Juneteenth, we call that a Jubilee. Jubilee manumission, our program, we can give it to you. We can take you away and untether you from this slave master that is called the bill collector, that is enforcing and imposing itself upon you and your family to keep you in perpetual slavery. If you are riddled with debt, then Juneteenth don't mean nothing to you because you have to outlive your ancestors. You got to outdo your ancestors. And if you need help, we are here to give you that. Naturopathic Eating is our naturopathic health consultation and education service. We do seminars, programs, one-on-one consultations. This is why we speak when we see situations happen in regards to COVID-19. We educate you on that. If y'all still want to see the lecture, hit 1. And I can give you everything that you need to know about this virus, about COVID-19, and give you my speculations about a conspiracy tied to all of this. If you still want it, hit 1 and let me know. Let me know. All right. Jetson, yes, it is. Yes, it is. That would be Q4. But yes, it is. Okay. So I got one person said that they're still interested in. Okay. So at the end of the day, family, if y'all, again, like I said, while I'm talking, if you have any questions, concerns, whatever, post it in the chat. But like I said, I'm off my soapbox. We're going to go back to normal, to the teaching, to open up the panel to anybody that want to challenge anything, anybody wants to build any new information. Like I said, I always seek out unique, novel pieces of information to give to y'all to enhance your cultural walk. You know what I'm saying? To empower your day-to-day routine, to edify you, to educate you, to encourage you. This is what we are here for. We're here to reconstruct and restore our lost culture so we can be a more close-knit community and achieve autonomy, which is the greatest weapon against oppression. when the oppression consists of you depending on the oppressor. We teach you how to untether from that. You need to have a unique culture that will drive you to do that, and we have that. We just sometimes don't know how to use it and how to get consistent results. But I'm here, as long as all of my codees in the chat, we here to help you guys get through it. That's what we're here to do. All right. So I see a couple of ones. So I see a lot of things that y'all saying. So I appreciate that. Shout out to my brother Afrod Sakai in the building. What's going on, bro? My brother, what's going on? All right. So hey, if y'all still want to see it, no problem. You know, I'll put that on my list and I'll do that for y'all. All right. Again, family, we got 10 more minutes. All right. There's any questions, any concerns that y'all have, real quick? Kanisha, I don't know what you mean by that. Do you have something coming up with Sonetta in August? No. So just to give you a heads up, Sonetta is going to premiere a couple of my videos on my channel that I spoke to him about that concerns community revolution and changing the landscape of the community for the better. And I'm probably going to do one more show with him and take a break from there because I have so much work to do, right? Take a break from there and continue to build KHM. My main priority is building out KHM. Right. And like I said, this summer is going to be heavy, going to 6 cities. It's going to be a lot of work, effort, money, resources, time, energy. It's going to be spent establishing various chapters so we can have safe havens in various cities. We can have autonomy zones in various cities. So when things hit the fan, people know exactly where to go to. KHM, we want to be that safe haven for y'all. All right. So after I do this show with Sonetta, I don't know if it's going to be in July or August. I don't know what's going to be. Right. But once I do that last show, I'm going to back off for a while because I have a lot of work that I need to do. And again, this is why I don't have time to debate every and anybody. OK, if you call me out and then I say, OK, let's do it. And you change your mind, you wasted my time. All right. So, again, that's just where we're at right now. All right. That's where we're at right now. Like I said, if people want to build, if you need assistance outside of the virtual realm of social media, we are here to help. Email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. If you want to join the organization, sign up for the organization, be a part of this movement, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. And again, we're going to try to hit in the next 2 to 3 years at least 30 major cities. Okay, so we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of other initiatives, and you guys are making it all possible through your funding contributions and your sacrifices and investments into this ministry. And we greatly appreciate that. That's why we're always going to take time, not only to thank you, but to give back to you. Everybody has a role to play. I know what I'm called to do, and I'm not trying to beat nobody else in the role that they were called to do. I'm just here to pave my path and tread on ground that may not have been touched before, to lay a foundation and to lay the waypoint so that those can come behind me and do greater. If you guys are looking for employment opportunities, we offer it at KHM. If you're looking for the services that I mentioned earlier, we offer it here at KHM. If you guys want to be down with the movement, ensure that there's autonomy in your city so you can enact shalom by intervening. We're here to train you and teach you and prep you on how to get it done. You can link up with us and we can get the work done. All right? Just let me know. All right? Donnell Jones, no, I have not. Thank you for that idea. I definitely will start putting our products on there. I appreciate that. No, I'm very familiar with the site, but I just never thought to correlate what we're doing on there. So I'll definitely look into that. I appreciate you putting that in there. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Kanisha, you sent me an email on that. There's no event coming up in August. The video that you saw was put up is extremely old. I think that video is from 2015. And it had to do with like the evolution or creation event that happened in 2015. I was supposed to go to that event, but I had some issues with certain people, so I was not able to go. And then I was out of town, so I wasn't able to go anyway. But that event was back in 2015. That was 5 years ago. That Sunday is now putting throwback videos up, and sometimes he's not putting the date on it. So some people think it's recent, and it's not. All right, so that's what that is about, sis. There's nothing going on in August. I know what you're talking about. There's nothing going on in August. All right. Shout out to King David, the Lucifer. Oh, you actually agree with me on something. All right, I'm glad you did. Glad you did. Thank you for being here, my brother. I appreciate that. All right. Shout out to my sister, Kimmy, in the building by hearing and hearing by. You said you shot the email. Okay, I'll check that out. Shout out to my brother Seth M from South Africa in the building. What's going on, my brother? Nehemiah said, Shalom, fam. What did I miss? You missed a lot. You got to get the replay. All right. I spoke from my heart and I laid it out. You know what I'm saying? I had to put it out there for the people to understand my position, where I'm coming from, and those who can relate as well. Or if y'all need to critique me, that's fine. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? A fraud Sakari says, Divine, please visit my hometown, Monkey's Elbow, Kentucky. I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of that before. I don't even know if that's a real city. Are you trolling or is that for real? I've never heard of that before. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see. Let me see if you troll. Only because I never heard it before. All right. Oh no, you're right. It really exists. I've never heard of that before. My apologies, my brother. That is a real town, Monkey's Elbow. I've never heard of that in my life. I have no problem. If y'all need me to come out there, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem. So Nehemiah said, any information on crucifixion? Yes, we have tons of information on that. Email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com or sign up for our Patreon, because we're continuously releasing books on there that touch a lot of the subjects that I bring about on this channel. All right. So again, either email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com or sign up for our Patreon, www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. We have tons of articles and books and more coming every week. All right. So again, like my brother Slow Flow, the God says, hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. Hit subscribe. All right. Again, family, I appreciate that. Wrenches is always put in work. My admins are the best. My regular visitors in this chat are the best. If trolls come in here, you got to deal with them before you get to me. That's the front line right there. Right. So if they don't run you up out of here and you get to me, then it's going to be a real problem. But my chat room is lit. Everybody in here is on point. I love you guys, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. You guys keep me sharp. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Like I said, next week we're getting back to our regularly scheduled program. I already put in the work that I needed to do as far as protesting, talking about voting, getting in the streets, saving our people, doing work, dealing with the coronavirus situation. Now I'm going to try to shift gears back to how things were before the mess called 2020 came about. This year was horrible, man. This was a terrible year. But I decided to make the most out of it, and I hope y'all did too. And if y'all need help with that, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We want to help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for assistance. It will be completely anonymous unless we discuss otherwise. If you need help, let us know. If we can't help you, we'll send you in a direction where you can get help. And again, if it takes us a couple of days to get to you, just know that we are overloaded with requests on certain things, but we'll get to you as soon as possible. And I appreciate you guys reaching out for your trust in us and the things that we can do and we can afford to the community. And you guys are the greatest, not me. I'm a reflection of what you guys are doing. That's it. You're all my sons, SUNS, and I'm the moon. I'm reflecting the voice and the character of the community to the public. So we're going to take this mainstream by year's end, and we're going to smash the gates open so that way they'll know that Yisrael is the real deal, and we're not playing with y'all. All right? So with that, family, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to B Banks in the building. Thank you for joining in. I'm going to end this session early, under 2 hours. Some of y'all be like, what, 2 hours? Y'all was sitting there with your popcorn, enough popcorn and drinks, you know what I'm saying, ready for a 3, 4, 5 hour session. That's not happening tonight. Going forward, I'm going to try to cut down the time to 2 hours and or extend it an extra 30 minutes, but I'm trying not to go over 2.5 hours for future Freestyle Fridays. I know some of y'all are okay with them being very long. Some of y'all say, well, can it be shorter? Because y'all want to share it with people, and they may see that it's 2.5 hours and say, oh, man, this is too long, but then go and turn on Netflix and binge watch. I don't understand people. I don't understand people. The way that entertainment and the media has our people, you look at that information, whatever it may be, a documentary, a movie, a TV show, y'all binge watch on Netflix. Y'all pay $15.99 for a premium subscription to Netflix. We'll binge watch every day, especially with this COVID-19 situation. In a moment, a brother says to share you a video with information that can change your life immediately. You say, oh, that's too long. It's 2 hours. It's 2.5 hours. It's 3 hours. It's 4 hours. But you just binge watch 4, 5, 6, 7 hours straight. And you paying $15.99 to Netflix. Okay, I'm done. Let me go. Nehemiah, yes, we do. If you're in Toronto, Vancouver, or other major cities, yes, we got you. If you need help, just email us. We'll do what we can to help you. All right, we're here. The worst thing we can say is no, we can't, but we know who can. That's the worst you can hear from us. All right. So with that, family, he says, I want more debates. They're coming. Trust me, they're coming. And I realize that the most viewed videos and most requests I get from you guys is when I bang on Christians, man. Y'all love that. Y'all love when I bang on Christianity. And again, I'm not here to bang on Christians. I'm just here to deal with these Christian apologists who are arrogant and talk smack about our community. I'm here to deal with certain elements of Christianity that are diseased and that are cancerous and eating us from the inside out that need to be addressed. It's not a personal vendetta against Christian or Christianity. It's Christendom. And those who are imposing it onto the people is who I have the issues with. And that's who we address. All right. So again, the information is going to come. We're going to do what we're going to do. And like I said, trolls, be easy, because in here, you will get that work. If not from the front line, then you'll get it from me. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you if you're watching. Appreciate all the support. We didn't get our quota today, and that's okay. I know we're going to get it after this session is over. So expect somebody to get a free Amazon gift card the next time we go live. Y'all stay tuned for those 2 videos that's coming next week, which are powerful. Again, early access goes on Patreon. It will be available publicly. And again, family, thank you for your support. I love you guys. I will see you guys next time. Peace and shalom. Shalom.